Hello everybody, welcome back to Random Rosters inside NBA 2K24. My name is Sean. You can catch NBA 2K24 games every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so be sure to scroll down, subscribe, ring the bell, you'll be notified when I post new videos. Thanks so much for hanging out. It's a big day of NBA action here, and we're going to go ahead and just give a look to a couple of new teams here. As we kind of just make our way through the league, at least in this opening month, and then we'll see if this series continues. Minnesota Timberwolves, they have not been featured yet, and so we're going to check out their game. A couple of 3-7 teams. The Timberwolves are taking on the Phoenix Suns, and then we're going to flip over to Portland, or I guess up to Portland. We're going to check out the Cavaliers taking on the Trailblazers in game number 2. There's a couple, I guess, interesting games up here that I could have watched, Milwaukee and Toronto, but we just had both of those teams on. Yeah, I mean, it's not a great day of NBA action. Magic Bulls could have been kind of interesting, but we're gonna watch some. Sometimes you watch garbage. Ooh, I am being offered the following trade. I am going to negotiate the offer, and I am going to. How do you accept? Why? Accept the offer. Yes. Great. All right. I will... Oh, wait. Whoops. Oh, have CPU adjust rotation. God, all I'd like to do is just watch a different game that's not the Pacers game, please. Hello? Can you help me? All right, let's jump in here to game number 1. Game number 1 of 2, November 15th here in the NBA, but it's a random rosters, or it's a fantasy draft. I forget how I title these videos. Oh, thank goodness. I left my Kleenex in here because I still don't feel good. Uh-oh.
Thanks, everyone, for joining 2K Sports for this Wednesday evening presentation of the NBA. Here with Grant Hill.
Okay, that was weird. Not what I'm looking for, but
joining us from the
we're good.
Ali LaForce. And while it might be very early in the season, never too soon to take a look at the power rankings, see how the teams are stacking up. They have to be frustrated right now, falling down into the bottom of the rankings.
When I look at Minnesota, they were hoping to begin the year better. It's still too soon to hit the panic button, but they're heading in the wrong direction.
So the opening lineup for the Timberwolves. Trey Lyles is out there with Bam Adebayo. Then it's Ball, then it's Miller, and it's Monk in at the shooting guard. And for the Suns, they've got Benedict Mathurin. Darius Garland is out there.
There's a look at your key matchup and your starting lineups here. I feel like we haven't seen the Suns in a while. Haven't performed particularly well anyway.
No, I mean, it's too early right now to tell. Now, some teams are still kind of coming into their own, so I think we need a...
Sorry, I tried to tap the microphone to be quiet, but it did not work.
The contenders are this year.
So let's see. Which do is the right do? Ball working outside, driving in. Nice aggressive play there for Ball.
Yeah, inside Ball has to rely on his agility.
I believe he's playing for...
Close range looks.
You know what? I don't know. Never mind. Don't worry about it.
Now DeRozan lets the three fly. Nice start for him.
Nice start for the Phoenix Suns.
Good to get him going right away.
One of the things I appreciate most about the Minnesota Timberwolves is that their NBA and WNBA teams sync up really nicely.
Knocks it down from distance.
Minnesota Lynx and the Minnesota Timberwolves, similar logos and color palettes. I'm a big fan of it. Not everything has to be Seattle, where it's like we use pretty much the same colors for everything, except for the Storm.
The baseline J, good as the jump shot falls.
Man, we just have it's a one-on-one right now. Is that 5 for DeRozan and 5 for Ball? That's 5 for both teams. We're off to a fast start here in Phoenix.
It's nice to see them take advantage in this area.
Ball over to Lyles. Monk. Back to Ball, excuse me. He's got a straight-on 3, and he knocks it through. He has 8 points already, right? Just when I thought we saw a couple of games Monday. Is that DeRozan again? Oh. No, different man.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You try triple on us, and I'm
But we saw two games where basically two players took over the game completely, and then it was so weird to see that. I thought it was such an anomaly in the first game, and then in the second game, I think it's a totally normal thing. Very weird.
And another basket for Minnesota.
Anybody heard of defense? Bam Adebayo. Nice left-handed finish there.
And so here's Phoenix. Trailing by
DeRozan
two.
again with the ball.
Matched up with
He
the
kicks to
Thunder.
Nurkic.
Tough loss there.
Nurkic over to DeRozan. Into the corner. And I believe that might actually be like the first miss of the game. 2 minutes and 15 seconds into the first quarter.
Well, Richard, now a veteran who's been around the league, Trey Lyles understands his role and plays it really well.
I didn't have to cough, and then I started this video, and my throat's like, no, we're having a cough fit now.
He is from deep. I also really like his shot selection, BA.
Now
Be
here's
sure to
Garland.
check out the Halo video that went
And
up
in the
today.
game with Oklahoma City, he
This
did
morning.
not play well. Oh, the
Wide open look for a three and could not get it to drop.
To give up that kind of look very often.
Halo 3 maps are in Halo Infinite. It was a very exciting time.
Here's Miller. And here's Ball. Guarded by Garland.
Ball into the corner. Somehow didn't step out of bounds. Good spatial awareness.
Miller, just
Fires
four to
back
shoot.
over to Miller. Same kind of location in that
There's
corner. Back to
with a
Ball.
three.
Ball for three.
It's the trifecta.
Gets it to go 13 to 8.
Keep riding that hot hand. He's been pretty much unstoppable.
Outside Anunoby. And here's Matherin. Back to Anunoby. There's a screen by
DeRozan gets a screen. Over to Nurkic.
Good.
Off the glass and in for two.
Oh, just a clever play by DeRozan. Using the
It's a really nice pass. Gets it past the defender. Easy bucket.
A minute and a half
Cuts the
left
lead
to
down
play
to
in the
3.
Adebayo, a screen on Garland.
Oh,
There's
no.
Ball for the three. The Suns
Couldn't
clear.
get it to drop.
This
Thought that was
game
going to
against
go.
Minnesota is the first time they've met this year.
And this is a matchup they expect to win. Certainly, last year they were the stronger ball club.
Now here's Garland. Still no points.
I think when we saw Phoenix play, Garland was a huge factor, and I don't remember DeRozan being
Point guards.
much of
That's all
a...
that stands out with LaMelo Ball, Grant.
Yeah, not just a creator. He's a creative.
Oh, I
With
forget.
the artistic inspiration to make plays that most of us couldn't envision, much less
Garland,
accomplish.
I remember calling Garland's name Garland and Nurkic a lot, but not so much...
Look here. Reed's checked in for Nurkic. Jang comes in for Matherin.
Was it-
Smith, he's checked in for Anunoby. And it's McBride in for Garland.
Who was on this team? I am so confused.
A minute 6 left to play in the first quarter. Here's McBride, defended by Jones. Pass to Reed.
Oh, that's a nice pass into the corner. Reed just couldn't give it.
To see him miss
Oh my
here.
goodness.
Be happy with that shot in most possessions.
And he's going to the line for 2.
You are happy with that shot 10 times out of 10. It is a really nice pass. Open look. Just could not get it to go.
Asset for this team.
Taking 2 shots.
Phoenix Suns would have been game number 1, actually, opening night against the Golden State Warriors. Oh, well, we saw them on the 26th as well, because those were the only games available. I want to say this is episode number 9 of this series.
That free throw no good.
Free
Phoenix
throw
making some
rattles out.
changes. Fernando comes in for
Upcoming
DeMar
games,
DeRozan.
Toronto taking on
And
Indiana.
Darius
That's going to be a good
Garland
one,
subbed in for
depending on
Smith.
when that's played.
And a new
We'll be back
guy
Friday
in
with
for the
another
Timberwolves.
doubleheader for you.
Carey's checked in for Hartenstein. Okiki comes in for Adebayo. Kispert's
I've
checked
mentioned
in for
before,
Monk.
but I
And
haven't
it's
mentioned
Ball in for
recently. I am
Jones.
planning to run this series through the end of November, so there will be several more episodes to go. But if
He
it doesn't
hits the
really pick
second
up,
from
I
the
might
line.
exchange it for something
There's
else, or
49 seconds left in the
cut it or
first.
change it or something like that.
Here's McBride.
So if you want it, be sure to watch it. Give the videos thumbs up.
Oh,
Subscribe. Beautiful. Don't know why I sang the last part of that word.
To believe that Garland
That is
only getting better
just a
at this,
gorgeous
developing into a
alley-oop
skilled
right there.
playmaker.
Minnesota has gone 3 for 5 from deep so far in this matchup. Here's Carey.
Carey has the ball over into the
Here's
corner.
Okiki. Bogdanovich with a screen.
Oh, a nice find. He's going to get fouled on the release. So they got the miss. It's what a weird play.
Line for the Timberwolves. Chuma Okeke. 2 shots.
Please stop. Please stop coughing. Please skip to the free throw. My bad. That's on me. I'm not going to be able to stop and pop the microphone quiet if my coughing fit happens while I'm playing Halo, okay? We'll peek behind the curtain and record this one first. Almost time for Dredge DLC. That'll be up on Friday. Be doing some co-op on Thursday, tomorrow morning. What will it be? I don't know.
And he makes both free throws.
Swishes the second free throw. 16-12 game here. One of the higher scoring first quarters we've had between both teams. 28 points is a lot. Especially considering how hot both of these teams got off to, like the starts these teams got off to. You'd anticipate, we saw Phoenix fall off a little bit, but Minnesota's looked pretty good throughout the entire 5 minutes. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Gets the switch over the defender and nails it. 16-14, does not get the shot off. Doesn't matter. So we'll move to quarter number 2. 30 total points scored in the first quarter, and I kind of forgot who was shooting where. So the Suns with a nice possession there at the end of the first quarter to get a deuce on the board. So let's see. I believe this is episode number 8. I'm going to double check that. Or 9.
And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for Minnesota.
Yeah, so number 9.
Really been dialed in from deep. This is a team that has a ton of confidence in their outside shooting ability.
Another thing they're doing well early on is moving the ball, playing selfless basketball.
So there'll be at least 15 of these up
And with players like
by the time November comes to a close.
Would you support moving the charge circle out of foot, Grant?
You know, BA, that's a good idea. I mean, I don't see why not. The league wants more highlights and less injuries, so it seems to make a lot of sense to me.
On the court for the
Garland.
Second quarter underway.
Can't get it to go. Not the start you're looking for if you're the Phoenix Suns. I mean, we saw a shot from the corner that was kind of similar. You take it 10 times out of 10. You just hope that they make it a good percentage of the time. Nice find inside and then kicked it back out. Open 3 and splashes it home. We had the stats for LaMelo Ball down there at the bottom of the screen. Did not catch them before they disappeared.
The Suns trailing.
He got out to a very hot start.
Well, LaMelo Ball's shooting touch was questioned coming into the league, but it's been pretty steady. He said, quote,
kick into the corner, off the rim, and no good.
I feel every shot I take is
Who was the team that we saw? Maybe it'll jog my
practice
memory.
these shots. It's all in the snap of the wrist and the follow through. Brian?
Very interesting. A flick of the wrist. Thanks, Allie. Good stuff. Here's Kispert.
It's the Wizards, I believe. Wizards had a lot of good looks from the perimeter and just couldn't get them to go.
A minute of basketball in the second quarter. Pass to Garland.
Garland for 3. He gets it to go. 19-17. Phoenix doing an excellent job keeping this game close. They're a little colder from the floor than Minnesota's been, but
Outside Bogdanovich.
oh, Bogdanovich. That pass is a little better. I think that shot comes out a little bit cleaner. He took an extra step toward the line to make it an easier, slightly easier look.
A minute and a half played so far. Pass to
That allowed the defense to close in.
And the Suns get another 3.
Back-to-back threes for the Suns, and that'll give them the lead. 20-19.
Passes to Kispert. Here's Hardenstein. No points
Oh,
so
I don't
far.
like that. Into a double team. There's a third guy kind of just in the area. It's Garland.
Pocket 6.
Ball with the ball. Could not get it to go. That hit all 360 degrees of the rim and just went out.
I go back to him in that area on the floor.
Pass to McBride.
Oh, interior pass is tipped and picked by Ball. He's going to throw into the corner for Kispert. Kispert gets the three to give Minnesota the lead, 22-20. What I like here is that DeRozan's on the bench, and this Phoenix Suns offense looks fine.
3 minutes gone here. And the Suns called time here.
And something fans don't always get to see.
Just a really nice job by Garland there to run that offense with the second
And we
unit.
see it so often. One little tweak
Able to
the
take a
game plan
lead.
and everything falls into place for a team.
Didn't hold it for long because Kispert hits that corner three, but it's a good effort all around.
And the Suns will go for a different look here. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Fernando. DeMar DeRozan comes in for Reed. Matherin's checked in for Jang. And it's Anunoby in for McBride.
Yesterday's results: Utah 45, Portland 30. Did I make? Wait, this might be the one and only time we see Portland.
Anunoby passes to Nurkic. Now here's DeRozan.
Oh, DeRozan, clean look at a three, and he can't get it to go, but Nurkic comes away with a rebound. He's going to kick it out to DeRozan again. DeRozan drives. He loses the ball, but picks up the loose ball. DeRozan spin move off the glass. No good. It's like Muller comes away with the defensive rebound. 2 looks at the basket for the Phoenix Suns, and they come away with nothing. Really surprised Nurkic didn't just go right back up with it when he got the rebound. Nice drive inside, but better defense to force the bad shot.
Pass to DeRozan.
DeRozan from the free throw line, he gets it to go.
The wily vet.
Beating good defense, DeRozan scores even when it's not easy.
Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Well, Richard, when you talk about great scores, DeMar DeRozan doesn't always get the credit he deserves.
Yeah, he should really get more praise than he does, Brian.
Nice find inside to Bam Adebayo. Beats Nurkic there. And it is a 2-point lead. I almost said it's first and 10.
For the Phoenix Suns, trailing by 2. Garland with a
First and 10 for the Phoenix Suns.
Anunoby with
They'll
it.
work around the outside. Garland from the mid-range. Can't get it, but Nurkic,
Shot is good.
nice offensive rebound and a strong putback as he pumps up the roof.
Makes it look easy.
Or raises the roof. Pump up the jam. Raise the roof. And knots this game up at 24. Much slower paced second quarter here. Nice find inside to Garland.
Garland. And the layup is good.
And a nice
Garland's got his
finish.
first basket on the night right there.
And after a scoreless first quarter, he's finding his offense.
Here's Miller.
Really a compliment to the way Phoenix has been playing this game. They've just
19-footer.
done a nice job sticking around.
3-second difference between the shot clock
Been
and
a
the
pretty
game
cold quarter
clock.
for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Nurkic, about a 4-second difference between shot and game clock.
Outside.
DeRozan tries to spin move, but it doesn't work. He'll throw it out to Garland.
Clock at 6.
Nurkic with the screen.
The 3 is up.
Pretty good look for Garland, and he gets it to go. 29-24, 6.2.
In the quarter alone.
The quick thinking of Garland in the pick and roll, his decision making is so impressive.
At the buzzer! Won't go, and we will head to halftime with the the Phoenix Suns.
Points in the quarter. He's
They are up
ready to go.
29-24.
He's courtside. Hey, Allie.
Thanks a lot. I'm with Frank Vogel, and Coach, what's going to be critical in the second half to get this win?
Just be us, okay? We got to guard the three-point line. Keep
Just
off
be
the
us.
free throw
Gotta be
line,
us.
Make contested twos. We got to move the basketball offensively.
Your expectations are always high defensively. Thank you, Coach.
Allie, as always, thank you. We'll be right back to begin the third quarter right after this.
One day, and I sure hope it's soon. I will not be sick. It's just lingering. Driving me nuts.
Does it feel like it's
Rookie leaderboard. Wembanyama, Holmgren, looking good. Thompson, some nice stats as well. Most assists per game by far between those three players.
And let's get into this first half where there were some struggles for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Take a look at our top players.
Thanks for
11 points for LaMelo Ball, no rebounds, 1 assist. Darius Garland, 2 assists to go with his 11 points and no rebounds. So fairly evenly matched between the two top players.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. Hey, nice game. Great performance by Darius Garland.
Well,
So
if he's hitting
29-24.
threes like he did in the first half, he's gonna have a
Garland's going to
monster
bring the
night.
ball up here to start the second half with his team up by 5.
Difficult on him.
DeMar DeRozan is out there with Benedict Mathurin. Then it's OG Anunoby. Then it's Darius Garland. And it's Nurkic in at the
Oh my
center
goodness,
position.
so annoying.
That's the group for Frank Vogel getting going here in the second half. Oh,
I don't love that late pass from Garland. Take the shot. Either pass it earlier or finish the shot. Not what you did there, because I feel like it threw off Nurkic, and it led to a really difficult basket. Difficult shot, I should say. The
inside.
basket didn't go, and Adebayo
The aggressiveness
Adebayo just
Adebayo.
torching
He plays
Nurkic
with so much
again.
energy and force close to the bucket.
The Suns leading.
Cheated a little too close to the perimeter there, and Adebayo was
Outside
an
Garland.
easy find inside. Garland against Ball.
About a minute of action
Brings
so
it back
far in
out to the
third quarter.
personal foul on Miller.
First team foul.
Kind of bails the Phoenix Suns out there, it feels, because it didn't look like the Suns had a whole lot going on there.
Nurkic passes to Mathurin.
Mathurin takes the screen, drives down toward the baseline.
Outside
He'll
Garland.
fire
Just
over to
on the
Garland. Screened by Nurkic. Gets Adebayo off his feet.
The wingspan
Cannot
over 7
get
feet. Adebayo
the
is a
3 to
hard guy
go.
score.
Nurkic can't get the offensive rebound, though it's a
Well, to be in the
terrific
NBA,
effort.
You have to believe you belong here.
Ball maybe
No
wants to try and
shortage of
tie
belief
it
in
up
Darius
here.
Garland, RJ.
Or maybe find Adebayo again for a beautiful alley-oop.
He believes he has all the
I don't know
moves
how they're not getting called for an illegal screen. Doesn't matter. Garland picks his pocket. He's up the floor in transition. 1-on-2 and can't get the basket to go. No foul.
Time from Adebayo.
Coming out stone cold here. Sometimes the break will do that to you.
Garland 11 points on 4 of 9 shooting, 1 steal.
That's the ball.
Maybe a little bit of a mess there in the corner.
For 3.
Monk.
Yes, sir. And it's Ball with the assist that time.
Field goal.
Ball's got his 3rd assist of the night.
Malik Monk. Beautiful positioning there on the floor just behind the three-point line
player.
And now around 2
to
minutes
tie this
gone
game
by
up
in this
29 all with 3 minutes to go
here. The
in the
Suns
third
decide to
quarter.
talk it over.
Good timeout. I like this timeout by Phoenix. They're not getting good looks at baskets. They don't feel like they're in much of a flow. And I think it's a good job to kind of prevent the Timberwolves from getting into too much of a rhythm, especially offensively.
And let's
They've
take
been a
look
little
at the
bit cold.
first-year
Try to
players who have
let
really
that
grown
one
on the
shot be
offensive end. Here are
the shot.
NBA's leading rookie scorers.
Cool them
You
off
look at
on
Miller,
the
he's
sidelines.
having
Take a look at
great
the rookie
season. Second
players
in the
there
league.
quickly.
And it's always hard to predict how easily
Didn't even
young
highlight
players
that guy.
will adapt to the league.
He has the second
But on
most
the
points per
offensive
game
end,
among
he's really
rookies, and he
hit the
wasn't even
ground
on the
running.
highlight thing that we saw.
Here's
Oh, we're going to
Anunoby.
get a foul immediately. Miller with a second personal.
Second team foul.
Going to go for the ball. Mathurin
Here's DeRozan.
throws in to
7
DeRozan.
points in the
DeRozan
game.
kicks to the corner. Garland. Garland against Ball. Nurkic with a set on the screen. They're going to get a hard foul. That's going to be on Adebayo.
He's going to the line for one more.
It's going to be an opportunity for a 3-point play.
Grant, you watch Darius Garland. It often looks like he's a step ahead out there.
He's got a great natural feel for the game.
It's kind of the best result there for the Suns. Thought Nurkic was a very good option there below the basket, but get the foul. Go to the line for 3.
Seems to be in the right spot and ready to fire.
Reed's checked in for Mathurin.
Drafted 5th overall in 2019, Garland just continues to grow his game. It is
All right,
impressive
Minnesota
to watch
finds
him get
themselves
better
back
and
trailing.
more confident every year.
And Minnesota calls time.
And Minnesota's going to call a timeout. Interesting timeout call there.
This timeout gives them a chance to strategize because whatever the game plan they have, it's not working.
The game plan should be don't let Darius Garland carve us up.
Here's ball. 11 points in the game. The three.
Ooh, is that for Lyles?
Another three from
That's a
Minnesota.
really nice shot there.
Them at the half. They
Beautiful
started
stroke to
scoring
tie this game at 32.
before.
Halfway through quarter number 3. Slow start for both teams. A couple of timeouts over the last 30 seconds of
Over
game
2.5
time.
minutes gone by in the second half. And here's
Reed into the
DeRozan.
corner for DeRozan. DeRozan backs down his defender. Just straight back to the hoop, up off his feet. Oh, a nice job recovering there, and actually looked like he affected the shot. Nice rebound as well for Minnesota.
Other guys just let them score there.
Ball passes to Miller.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
DeRozan
Holy
against Ball.
moly.
Outside Monk for the lead.
Monk deep three, can't get it to go.
Nurkic has got 6 rebounds here tonight.
Ananobi.
Anunoby against Adebayo. Pass to Reed. Fires the
Reed,
three.
he's going to get a look at a
Adebayo
three,
grabs
but
the board.
nothing
Minnesota has gone
is going to
to a
fall
three from
there.
outside.
Adebayo
Starting
comes
the
up away with the
quarter.
rebound.
Passes to Ball. Here's Miller.
Under 2 to go.
Down low. Here's Adebayo.
Oh, Adebayo again beats Nurkic.
Fouled on the shot.
Not quite as badly as he's beaten Nurkic before in this game, but Nurkic, commits the foul. He's going to send Adebayo to the line for an opportunity with an opportunity for a 3-point play. Some substitutions being made. Man, Dallas only scored 26 points, huh?
And that one misses.
Oh, he cannot get the free throw to go.
Offensively and defensively.
And a foul, but no basket.
Grant, usually
I mean, he got
the
fouled in
Suns
shooting
are
motion, but the
assists.
basket did
They're a
not
team
count.
that values ball movement.
Well, BA, that's how you create quality looks. By snapping the ball around, it also tells you something about how selfless these guys are.
That free throw's good from Anunoby. Bogdanovich has checked in for Adebayo.
Here we go. Minnesota only scored 30 points in yesterday's game. They lost to Golden State by 21.
It's not luck that
They've
he's
already got more than they had in yesterday's game with
and hard work.
a minute and a half to go in the third quarter. So all tied up at 34 here.
There's a minute 12 left to play in the third quarter of basketball.
Flip inside to Miller. Miller spins around, tries a little left-handed finish, but can't get it to go.
Phoenix, they've gone only 1 for 6.
Nice
here in the second
contested
half.
shot there.
Pass to Reed.
Drives inside, find Reed, tiptoeing the baseline.
It'll be
And
Timberwolves
Lyles with a
ball.
nice job to just kind of walk
And the
him
upcoming
into that.
schedule for the Minnesota
He
Timberwolves.
literally had hands up and just
They'll
walked
take on
forward,
Giannis Antetokounmpo
bumped his
and the
player
New Orleans
hitbox,
Pelicans.
and
Then on
had him
Monday,
step out.
They'll be facing Al Horford and the New York Knicks.
Checking out their schedule, they've got a tough run of games coming up. But
34
quality opponents
all.
are a great chance for you to see how well your
Bogdanovich,
team
nice
can
look at a three,
I
and they'll
just
take the lead
love
with
the ball.
44.1 to go. 13-5 run
44 seconds
in the
left
last
in the third.
3:37. That's a big deal.
Pass to
Plus
Reed.
8 to erase that 5-point deficit. There is a good look at a three for the Phoenix Suns, and they respond in kind.
Now in the quarter.
Nobody. I mean, nobody even. Nobody in the same state
This is today's NBA.
as Anunoby there
This kind of exchange
on the
more
floor.
often than not.
Here's Miller. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Picked by Bogdanovich.
Really hard to get himself some open looks, and he's had open shots. Passes it up to Bogdanovich, left-handed finish.
And the Timberwolves lead by 2.
Puts him up by 2, 39-37. Brutal quarter for both teams, but Minnesota did have the upper hand, erasing that 5-point halftime deficit. DeRozan from the mid-range rims out. It was what, 29-24?
T-Wolves on top. They're up by 2. And we'll have the start of the fourth
So a
quarter for you
15-8 quarter, something like that.
break.
Not great. Not great if you're the Phoenix Suns. Kind of see why you're 3-7. Honestly, you can kind of see why Minnesota's 3-7 if you're being completely honest. Get some highlights here. Thanks everybody for watching. Hopefully you're enjoying these videos. Clip this up. Go here.
And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates.
Really nice assist and the foul too. Did not make the free throw, but
that is a beautiful dish. And
I'm a little surprised they went with that assist. There have been a couple other assists that were better because the player was way more open. And by player, I mean Adebayo was way more open. All right.
For the Timberwolves, we've got ball. Bogdanovich is out there with Corey Kispert. Then it's Trey Jones, and it's Carey.
No look pass, and they're gonna foul him. Hard foul. Kind of like the foul there. Make him run it from the line.
And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for Minnesota.
Their offense has been a well-oiled machine. They're moving the ball around, playing for one another, and just piling up assists.
We also got to highlight how on fire they've been from three-point land. They've continued to capitalize from beyond the arc in this one.
First one falls for him.
So the first one falls, 40-37. Second one up and good.
And so here's Phoenix.
Garland, not the focal point with the ball coming up the floor this time around. Nice. Oh, that is a chef's kiss pass right there. Beautiful bounce pass inside. Terrific finish by Reed. He got the 2, and he's going to the line.
At the line for 1, Nas Reed.
Okay. All right. That was a weird camera angle.
And the free
Can't
throw,
get
no
it to
good.
go. Carey Jr.
Minnesota in the lead.
Find Jones up the floor. Kispert inside off the glass and good. Worked his way around that defender in the paint and lead back up to 4.
Man, this has been a fun one, but look, who doesn't love a high-scoring game?
This isn't a high-scoring game.
Screen. And a deep three from
Oh, couldn't get it. I thought he had it. Garland has been so good in the games we've seen him in.
Even though he is capable of hitting that shot, I'd like to see him work for a better look in that situation.
Ball, step inside the three-point line.
I like how aggressive
12
LaMelo
points,
has been tonight.
or 12 minutes, 13 points, 71% field goals. LaMelo Ball got off to a terrific start in today's game, but he's disappeared since that second quarter started. It was the DeRozan ball show there for the early part of this game.
Terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Oh my goodness.
fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. And they pick up 2.
And you want him taking good shots at this point in the game. And that one was easy.
Yeah, it's clear.
Thought I had a sneeze. No idea what's going on here. My body is
Timeout
losing
call
its
for the
marbles.
Suns.
Got a timeout by the Suns. Not really sure what happened there. I thought they got the basket, so they said they were going to line for 2, but it should just be for 1.
DeRozan is checked in for Fernando.
Technical fouls, are they a thing in this game?
Comes in for Jang. And Mathurin subbed in for McBride. And a new group getting ready for the Timberwolves. Adebayo's checked in for Carey. Lyles comes in for Kispert. Miller's checked in for Bogdanovich. And it's Monk in for Jones. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
During that break, Coach Frank Vogel had some advice for his team. He isn't liking what he's seeing out there on the perimeter, saying to his guys, defensively, we're too lax, and they're getting any three they want. And offensively, the ball movement, it isn't crisp, which is why we're not getting many opportunities from outside. I want to see improvement on both ends.
Good job there, Allie. Thanks.
Oh, yes. 2 loud points from Miller, making his presence felt.
Pass to Anunoby. Now here's DeRozan from behind the arc. Drains the triple.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Yeah, as soon as these guys build contact.
DeRozan doing a nice job responding to the pretty fantastic finish on the Minnesota Timberwolves end. 47-45.
Ball with it.
Looks like it says Dr. Oz Splash, but it's D-Rose for sure. No one would be cheering Dr. Oz.
6 to shoot. Back to ball.
Well, not a whole lot going on. A quick pass and a quick release. Nice job by Adebayo to get the offensive rebound. He's able to put it back off the glass.
Talk about efficiency.
Rising to the challenge.
The Phoenix Suns will take their second to final timeout. Is it the 3-minute mark that they lose on the timeouts? I meant to look, because I could actually just look at other footage.
Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for the Suns.
Blimp cam. Why? Why does it do that?
Yeah, if you're just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5
Perfect game.
minutes into
Perfect
it.
video game. Totally worth the...
From down in the low post, it goes.
Those are huge points from Darius Garland. This guy has become
The 170 some odd gigs it takes up on my...
Look, you know what? Teammates need him to be big in these big
my hard drive.
And
You know,
ball
like
bring it up
$45
here
I
for Minnesota.
spent on it or whatever.
Lead is 2. Pass to Miller. And here's Adebayo.
You know what? I'll be honest. I've spent more on worse games this year.
Over Nurkic.
I'm getting more out of this game than I did out of Wanted Dead.
That's the shot they wanted. It just didn't fall.
That game happened. That happened this year.
I'm sure they'll convert
Ugh.
the next chance.
Here's Garland. Good.
Garland off the glass and good. Terrific offensive effort there to slice and dice his way to the hoop and tie this game with 150.
That's what you want. You want a person that's going to fight for those inches.
Sometimes, you know what? Sometimes garbage teams play great games.
Against Garland. Fires the three.
Screen off the screen and gets it to go.
Oh, clutch
Ball,
points
who's
for
been
Ball.
quiet for
You
most of the
can't
second,
forget
third, and
he's
this fourth
6'7",
quarter.
and that really helps him
Makes
get
his
shots
presence
off
felt.
every
He's going to get beat on the defensive side, though, so...
And this is just
Mhm.
typical of him.
Darius Garland, 20 of the 51 points, 10 points in the paint.
And his team needs every bit of his production if they want to pull this one out. It is neck and neck here in the final period.
52-51. One-on-one in the paint. Finds Miller in the corner. Miller guarded by a 0-0.
Here's Miller.
Off the screen, Miller's kind of just throwing up a shot. He's inside the 3-point line, so it's a 2 rather than a 3
Forcing the defender to
with
pause right
60
there.
seconds to go.
Ball against Garland. DeRozan outside.
Garland finds DeRozan. Nobody in the paint. DeRozan looks like he's cooking something up here. Really giving up much room, though.
To Mathurin.
Under 5 on the shot clock. Nice finish and gets it off the glass. Mathurin, that's a huge shot right there. That means you get to play defense this time around. You do not have to foul.
When it matters most.
40 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter of this one.
It's a big play. Big play.
No question. They're in a great situation right here.
Glad to see the game is not fouling arbitrarily.
Garland.
Inside. Oh my goodness.
And talk about coming up clutch. This is why Bam gets
That
the
has
ball
been
in these moments.
such a
Timeout
devastating
call.
play
The Suns.
against this
They trail by
defense.
3.
That's the fourth time I want to say we've seen like an alley-oop or just a nice pass from Ball in to Ben Adebayo for an easy 2. Easy 2. It's a beautiful assist there. And it gives them a 3-point lead.
1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock.
Garland inside. They can trade 2 for 2, but they won't. Ball will go to the line. No.
Yeah, that was a smart move.
I don't love that play at all. I like having the ball in Garland's hand. I'm totally fine with that. He's one of the players to do that with, but that shot, not great. Not great. We'll get to the line, see if Ball can kind of put this game away. Obviously, it's not over. Phoenix Suns out of timeouts.
Of his game, Ball has a lot of confidence, and that's exactly what he needs right now in this situation. Gets them to fall.
Both free throws good. A wonky pass in from Nurkic. Garland to Nurkic. Nurkic over to DeRozan. DeRozan pump fakes. He throws to Mathurin in the corner. Gets it to go. You needed that shot in 1 possession to go.
So defensively, you can't afford to just overplay him.
Time called here. The Timberwolves decide to talk it over.
And thankfully, we're not getting some of these games that are in the bottom corner of the screen with the results. Not necessarily that game that was that's being shown now. 58-46, not terrible. We've seen a couple where teams are scoring like 30 points. 58-41, that's not a good game.
There's 6 seconds left in the game, and they foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point.
They just need 1 miss. The ball, give it to him? No, not on that one.
That makes it a 3-point lead.
You gotta respect the enthusiasm LaMelo Ball brings to his game. He thrives out here under the bright lights with all eyes on him. Huge moment. He steps up and sinks the final daggers.
DeRozan for 3. That shot missing. So it's a narrow victory for the Timberwolves. Pulling it out for the W.
It's a good game. 2, 3, and 7 teams. Neither team obviously not off to a good start through the first 10, 11 games of the season. 4 and 7 now for the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Phoenix Suns dropped to 3 and 8.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. This is Brian Anderson thanking you for watching. Last but not least, here is your new.
They're playing about as good as I feel right now, which I feel good. I just would love to get rid of this like runny nose and cough. LaMelo Ball, your player of the game. A little surprising. I mean, he is on the winning team. He did have a very nice performance. Probably more of an assist man there, but it just felt like he disappeared between like the 2:30 mark of the first and the fourth quarter. But we'll get out of here. A nice tight game to start us off. And I get 475 virtual credits for watching a basketball game. So my life, pretty great right now. Let's move on. As you can see some scores here. 56-37, that's pretty terrible. I mean, the Hawks scored 5 points in the first quarter. What are you doing? They only eclipsed 10 points in a quarter in the third, and that is just gross. Gross. We are going to head to the Rose City of Portland, Oregon. Cavs taking on the Trailblazers here in our second game of the doubleheader. As you know, that's how it works.
Rip City, Portland, Oregon.
Rip City.
The site for the Cavaliers. The marksman, the finisher. Call him whatever you like. Lauri Markkanen is looking to lead his team to victory tonight as they assemble themselves for basketball at Moda Center. Cavs, Blazers, tip-off just moments away.
Oh, yes. Sing it if you know it. You got to hum it to yourself. Pull up Spotify. See if they have it for you. This galldarn cough. You'd think Mountain Dew would kill it, but it's just not. Oh, Trae Young. Kind of a good marketing opportunity if you think about it. The Trae old Blazers. Kind of writes itself. Somebody make that trade happen just so I can see that marketing. Actually, no. Dear Portland, at Portland Trailblazers. Hey, I had a great idea. Would you like to alter your entire franchise for this one hilarious joke that I thought of during a YouTube video? If so, please call me.
Missing a valued contributor, that could be a challenge. We'll see how they answer the bell.
Injury report for the Trailblazers, 4 to 6 weeks. That's how long they are injured for.
Then there's Markkanen, and it's Reeves in at the 2 spot. And for the Trailblazers,
We've had Cleveland on. I feel like I've had to
then there's Carter, and it's
learn how to spell Cavalier.
When you take a glance at the season and standings grade, teams are still kind of feeling things out.
Yeah, it's just so early in the season, Kevin, and that means teams still trying to establish an identity.
Have we really not seen
Cleveland?
Experimenting
and just trying out new rotation.
I at least knew how to spell Cleveland. That's the positive. Oh, interesting. Well, here, let's
And it's going to be the Trailblazers
see
off the tip.
Oh, I didn't realize Cleveland was a new team as well. Okay, cool. Great.
Young
3 new
gets
teams
Brogdon.
today.
Randall is screen on Brogdon. Young
I wanna say,
taking
did I-
his time here. Carter kicks
I feel like I had to play them in like the My Player thing that I did. I had to learn how to spell Cavaliers, and I still don't know how to do it because I spelled it wrong on my notepad. Malcolm Brogdon.
They held the advantage on paper and on the court.
Well, a year ago, there was a big gap in talent between the two teams. But changes are always made, and we'll see how they
Brogdon with a
match up
good
this
look at a
time.
3, can't get it to go.
Last game for the Cavaliers, it was a loss to the Kings. You know, Doris, something to admire about Julius Randle is the joy, the pure joy he takes in this game.
Thompson on the outside. He's going to fire it over to Carter and can't get it to fall.
Has become consistently successful at NBA
Slow start for
basketball.
both teams
He's
here.
worked hard to make that
Scoreless
perimeter
through the
game
first
as
minute.
dangerous as
Might have jinxed myself.
And that kind of
As I
balance
pointed out some of the gross games that we had seen.
Really left the
Okay, there we go. Get some points on the board.
Markkanen's got the game going with his first points of the game for Cleveland.
Like 56 to 26. What did we do? I know they showed them.
T right on him. Young outside, pulls up on the wing. Count that one.
There's a nice. Oh, that's a 2. Step inside the 3-point line for Trae Young.
Whenever he can.
Probably take a dribble and a step back there. Try and tie the game up, but still a good look. I do kind of like the catch and shoot, so it's fine. No big deal.
His last outing, he had 8 points. Markkanen passes to Looney.
Looney at the top of the key. They had a free player off a off-ball screen, and he just didn't see it or passed it up. I think he ends up throwing it to Brogdon anyway. Brogdon really throwing me off with the number 92.
Understand this. If Malcolm Brogdon is on the three-point line, you better get a hand up and contest. Nicely done.
A couple of threes for the Cavaliers have them out to a 6-2 lead.
Passes to Randall. Thompson
Randall gets the screen, takes a look at a 3 and swishes it.
Oh my goodness, what a
It's
response.
a beautiful stroke there.
You can make it
Right back down to a 1-point game. Both teams starting to maybe feel it out a little bit. Everything's been from a pretty good depth.
Oh, here's Banchero.
Even the 2-pointer for Portland was toward the 3-point line.
Here's Banchero. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Right here he is, the first overall pick of the 2022
Please stop.
draft.
Please.
Paulo
Please
Banchero.
stop.
And the top pick because he's a 6'10 playmaker. Banchero has a tremendous feel for the game. Great vision, passing it.
Now let's go to the
and
free throw
endless
line.
Potential offensively.
That one is off.
Oh, cannot get the
ATV
first
after
one
a
to
4-year
go.
absence, the Cavs made their playoff return in 2023.
That's right, Kevin. This team was obviously ready for the postseason. They lose a tough series with the New York Knicks, who had more experience. Some call it that gentleman's sweep, 5 games, but I think there's better things on the horizon.
And the second free throw, good.
Nice basket made there.
Paulo Banchero, guy who not
7-5.
only has the frame, but he's got the mind and the work habits.
Trae Young
Great
brings it up the
league.
floor
Can't
for the
wait to
Portland
watch.
Trail Blazers. Okoro.
Passes to Randall.
Inside to Randall. Back outside. Find Trae Young.
Brogdon.
He's going to take advantage of the screen to free himself up and tie this game at 7.
And I like the resourcefulness Young brings to the table, taking any shot he can create.
Brogdon at the top. Looks like he is guarded by Trae Young. That's a beautiful feed. And it's just an easy basket. Complete and total mismatch. Terrific positioning there. Excellent pass. Everything you want to see in an offensive play there. Thank you, Doris Burke. Simply flawless execution.
Now here's Carter. He really had an off game against the Jazz. Never got into a rhythm.
Sets the screen. Young. High off the glass and can't get it to go. I like that shot. Way up there, but no luck.
Banchero kicks it to Looney.
Banchero to Looney. Looney to Brogdon. Brogdon back to Looney.
Kicks it out to Markkanen.
Looney wanted to drive it inside a couple of times, but it's just been really sticky defense. Trae Young, or not Trae Young, I apologize. Well, Malcolm Brogdon looking for that three-point shot, but can't get it to go. Under a minute to go in the first quarter. Another drive inside. Contested shot won't go for the Trailblazers.
You've got to stand in and deliver from the free throw line, even in a tough environment, and they failed to do so.
Now here's
Looney.
Following the miss by Julius Randle.
It's a double team. Then they somehow, that was a very bizarre play. Somehow they didn't attempt to steal to knock it out of his hands. It ended up being a switch, and it was a terrible time for that switch. 11-7. Ugh.
32 seconds left in the first.
Yuck, yuck, yuck.
Brogdon against Young.
Little screen there to try and free up Trae Young. Goes up with the shot. Can't really do a whole lot here. Thompson outside. He's going to find Young again. Guarded by Brogdon through two defenders and just can't get it to go.
Here's Reeves.
Trae Young with one of those circus shots. Malcolm Brogdon with a much cleaner look. Still doesn't go. It's 11-7 through one quarter here. Neither of these teams looking very good in the opening frame. They looked worse in the opening minute, but they kind of figured something out in the middle part of the quarter, but ugh, not great.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And taking a look at the Cavaliers' performance here, what do you guys see?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
Yeah, I think they wanted to come out of the gate strong, and they have. They've taken the early lead here.
All right, let's see what the second quarter has in store for us. Brogdon up the floor. Looking for the screen, but not really well set.
Now here's Brogdon to the wing right side.
Oh, that's a better pass. He can get Whitmore a cleaner or quicker look. Instead, he has to get off his feet, try to reset and get that ball out of his hand before the defender collapses. It's going to be a foul on Malcolm Brogdon there to call that a shooting foul. No points in the last 2.5 minutes here for the Portland Trail Blazers. They'll have an opportunity to get some points from the stripe.
And the first one at the line is good. Doris, when you and I think about the playoffs back in the bubble, you can see how much of an impact the fans have during games.
Personally, Kevin, I hope never to see a bubble again because the energy and the atmosphere inside NBA arenas is so electric you can almost reach out and touch it. And obviously the players love the opportunity to perform in front of their home fans.
Now here's Brogdon. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game.
Harris at the top. He gets a screen there. Again, not super well set. That's just way too easy for the defense to get around. A nice block there. Kelly Olynyk siding here in Portland. That's a good aggressive basket there. A terrific job to follow his own shot. Get the offensive rebound, put it back up, and tie this game at 11. That's a quick timeout from the Cleveland Cavaliers, not having the start to the second quarter that they were looking for. They give up 4 unanswered points, tie game, and their offense just doesn't look like it's in sync.
Quiet that crowd. That's obviously easier said than done.
I'll tell you this, it looked like they wanted to get out of town as quickly as possible. The problem is their defense went with them.
Just over 1 minute has passed here in the
Fired into
quarter.
Duarte. Brogdon finds himself with the ball.
McConnell against
They're going
Brogdon.
to set a bit of a better screen, but still not great. They keep asking number 2 to set screens, and it feels like he's just
Tried to shoot.
a step too far. He's going to drive inside, kick to Harris for 3.
The rebound.
And that's the play you're looking for out of the timeout. Yuck.
Allowed any points in the second quarter.
Trae Young dangerously close to the baseline, but dances along it nicely. That is an unbelievably bad
Touched by Young.
whatever the hell that was. What?
Let's see how things are shaking out in the
Portland?
West early in the season.
Sitting in 10th.
Look at the Trailblazers. They've had a very slow start to the season so far, down in the bottom half of the conference. Cavaliers have gone.
I think they would make the
0-3 and are
play-in
looking for
tournament at that
first bucket here
point.
in the second quarter.
Which is not great.
Brogdon looking around. Poked away.
McConnell with a really nice steal there. I mean, just when we're pointing out the Trailblazers' offensive woes, the Cleveland Cavaliers have gone 2 minutes of this quarter without scoring.
Young outside. 6 to shoot. Teardrop
Young
shot.
driving in between 2 defenders. Looked like it got tipped or blocked. Cleveland will come away with a rebound.
Defended by Young.
Push it up the floor.
Pass to Tillman. Pass to Harris. They need this one. And the
Oh, he
three ball
finally
is good.
gets it. Breaks the
Harris has got himself
scoreless
going
streak
with the
at
triple, his first
about
basket
2
of the
minutes and
game.
38 seconds. And I don't remember the last time they scored in the first quarter. So it could be longer.
Putting it on time and on target. Okay, Gary.
Now, here's McConnell. The pass to Medu. It's Young on the wing.
Oh, Young for 3. We're going to respond, and he does so nicely. Trae Young, beautiful shot there.
Up here for Portland.
Like the 3rd bloody nose I've had
It's the
today.
Cavaliers with the ball.
Can't stop coughing. I got a friggin' bloody nose. I just want to watch basketball and play Halo. Is that too much to ask? For my body right now, yes, apparently it is.
A starring role on offense. He says it's something that I have to
Oh,
get
a nice
used
job to
but going
bat the
forward,
ball away.
I have
Brogdon with
and the mentality to be more aggressive.
heads-up reception there to take care of the loose ball.
So much better. I have a long way
Can't
to
get the
go.
basket to go, and the Trailblazers come away with an opportunity to take the
All
lead.
right, good stuff, D.A. Thanks. And Portland has possession after Malcolm Brogdon's miss.
Oh, good. Kelly Olynyk has the ball at the three-point line with 2 seconds on the shot clock. That can't possibly be what you want to do. Portland, what is happening? Cleveland, what is happening? I jinxed myself. We had a great first game, pretty high-octane offense,
The feed to Harris.
and this just looks like 2 teams who are confused about the
That
sport.
one goes in. Harris
And the
has
worst
got
part is,
the
I like
ball
Malcolm
down the court.
Brogdon. Trae Young, he's a great player.
Who has poise
What are we
and
doing?
vision. That's Malcolm Brogdon doing work with the pass. That is nicely done.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Wendell Carter, he's checked in for Medu. Randall comes in for Olynyk. Okoro, he's checked in for Martin. And it's Thompson in for Trae Young. 1:03 left in the first half of basketball.
It's like the 3rd bloody nose I've had, and none of them have been my fault. I'm an innocent man just sitting here, Trying to enjoy my life.
Okoro's got his first bucket of the night.
Ugh.
What tremendous control from Isaac.
Nice job there to tie this game up at 16.
Attack through contact.
Here's Reeves. 17 points for him last game
Oh,
against
goodness gracious. We saw 4 like really nice alley-oops in the last game, or just like terrific plays inside. Just from the Timberwolves, and we have seen 2 of the most awful passes in this one so far. So these teams have combined for 34 points through nearly an entire half. We had 30 points in the first quarter of the last game.
Just 1 second between the shot clock
For
and
the
game clock.
love of God.
Here's Reeves. He's covered by McConnell. Reeves the pass to Markkanen. And stolen by
Markkanen gets it
McConnell.
stripped away by McConnell, I believe is the name there. He's going to go inside and a nice finish.
Now it's a 4-point Trailblazer lead.
Well, great possession here. Anytime you end up at the rim with a high percentage look, perfect.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Trailblazers lead by 4. We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
I am so flippin' tired of being sick.
Hey everybody, it's Portland.
You could tell they love playing in front of this crowd. The energy helps fuel this team right now. The sixth man is doing their job, Shaq.
Yeah, there's no let up of these fans, loyal and loud.
Next up, let's see what's going on in the... And that about wraps it up. And as the third quarter is about to begin, we go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
That is a pretty bad stat line for Brogdon. The top performer has 3 points for the Cleveland Cavaliers. A bit of a better stat line there for the Portland Trail Blazers. And one host fighting and losing a bloody nose. 20-16 as we get the second half started. I'm going to try my best to keep this commentary rolling, but I might have to turn it over to the professionals. What is happening? Why are you throwing the... What?
Brogdon is used in the catch and shoot game. It makes that offense very difficult to stop.
Well, he's a high percentage shooter. Doesn't go through many ups and downs, and when he doesn't have...
I missed that shot. No.
...willing to get off.
Cleveland Cavaliers, they're turning me into a bad garbage shooter. That's a nice find into Randall. That's the first we've seen. That's the fourth time we have seen players go for like a float pass in the middle, alley-oop pass, whatever the heck you want to call it. First one that's actually been good.
Pass to Markkanen.
Mark it into Brogdon.
Young against Brogdon. Pass to Looney.
Inside.
There's the pass to Reeves. 4 on the clock.
We're going to call a foul on Thompson. That is a really bad time to get a foul. Clearly, the Cleveland Cavaliers had nothing going on offensively. There were only 4 seconds left on that shot clock. And just a stupid foul. Resets to 14 and gives them an opportunity to reset and see if they could find something that might work to get them some points. Off the screen. All right, so the foul doesn't really hurt them all that much. It's not a great look there for Cleveland.
Thompson dishes to Okoro. Young outside. He kicks to Okoro. Looking for Carter. He gets it there.
To Carter Jr.
The Trailblazers need to get on.
It looked like he was going to end up in okay positioning. Trae Young kind of floating towards the basket. Holy moly. Like, I can't believe how bad this game is.
Brogdon the pass to Markkanen.
Both teams look disorganized. They look confused. It's like it's just not coming together. The pieces just aren't meshing the way you want to. And this is early season stuff. It's not going to get easier for either of these two teams. You've heard them talk about it. You know, what do you want in the early season? You want to see how guys mesh, figure out their spots, you know, their tendencies, all that stuff. And these teams do not seem to be meshing very well at all. Have we had points? We had maybe 2 points, I think, from... There we go. 4 points total in about half a quarter.
It's not just the decision making, it's the ability to put the pass where it needs to be, when it needs to be there. Mr. Markkanen, well done, sir.
Now, here is Young. He's got 7. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Pass to Randall. Thompson outside. Traps in the tray.
A nice 3 by Thompson there.
If he develops a consistent three-point shot in his first few years,
straightaway 3.
Cavaliers have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Brogdon, he moves to his right, has a bit of a screen there. Again, not a great screen. We have not seen good screens from Cleveland all night long. It always feels like either maybe it's not that they're bad screens. The ball handlers just aren't reading them correctly, or they're stepping too far back. But there's just too much separation to create an open look.
1:41 left to play in the third. Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over.
We're going to see Portland take a timeout. Free basketball for them.
Lauri Markkanen has really emerged.
And he's such a unique player.
138. We have a 5-point game. 25 to 20. Good job.
The weaknesses, but boy, has he arrived.
A different look now for Portland. Kelly Olynyk's checked in for Wendell Carter. Martin comes in for Okoro. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Trae Young. Then for the Cavaliers.
Throw it into McConnell. McConnell, kind of a weirdly dangerous pass there to Randall.
Now here's Randall. 7 points in the game.
Randall one-on-one. So they're going to switch a second defender, it looks like. Not a good spot here. McConnell's going to have to just get up a shot and blocked. And that's what they took a timeout for. Took a timeout to try and run that play, and it was an absolute disaster in every sense of the word.
And the pass to Reeves. There's a screen. Over McConnell. It'll go. The Portland lead is cut to just 3 points.
Cleveland pulls within 3, 25-22. Under a minute to go here. Not sure what those numbers are at the bottom. Olynyk with the ball.
Olynyk inside.
Up off the glass, no good. Tries to get the offensive rebound, does. Passes out to Randall. Randall with a beautiful 3 to push the lead to 6.
Randall's got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, you cannot sleep on Julius Randall. Catch and shoot jumper. Okay, Julius, we see you.
30 seconds to go here, third quarter. Possibly take that 3. A nice find, though, to at least try to get himself a little bit closer. Still a clean look. I like what they're doing there.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock.
Just doesn't drop for him. Portland brings it up the floor. 14 to go.
10 points for him.
2-second difference between the shot and the game clock. Take a run at it inside. Beautiful little floater.
Well, the strength of Julius Randall is
they will throw one up. I don't think it's going to count. Doesn't matter because it didn't make it. So we will head to the third quarter. It's an 8-point lead for the Portland Trailblazers. Neither team has looked good at all, considering they've combined for 52 points in 3 quarters. Gross. I want to say that's about what they had at the end of the first half between the other two teams.
quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us.
So 5 minutes to go to decide this one between what could be two kind of bottom feeders in the Western and Eastern conferences.
Then there's Malcolm Brogdon
between Portland and Cleveland. Again, odd because Brogdon, great player. Trae Young, good player. Leads out to his largest at 11. But Brogdon has not been much of a factor. He was the top performer with 3 points. Some assists and rebounds, sure, but gonna have more of an offensive output, especially if you're a star player like Brogdon is. Nice find there to cut the lead down to 9.
Well, the team wants Gary Harris to be effective on the offensive end. Now it's about being aggressive. Nicely done.
Martin
Jr. back to McConnell. Young looked like he was going to have a real open look there.
And the Trailblazers lead by 11.
No doubt about
Trae Young, 12 points in 14 minutes, shooting under just a hair over 55% from the floor. Beautiful little float shot there. And these teams trade twos. 11-point lead to a 9-point lead to an 11-point lead, 9-point lead.
And so it's McConnell with it. He'll bring it up for the Trailblazers.
Feels like everything looks difficult for both of these teams. You can see the previous play, even though Trae Young came away with 2 points. Pass didn't seem like it was crisp. Didn't feel like it was in good position. There's a nice find. That's a good example. The pass a step too far forward. Whitmore with a great adjustment there.
Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth.
At least make sure his team comes away with something. Nice steal there. 7-point game. They can get it down to 5. Nice find inside, except for McConnell steals it away. I saw it just a second. Late kick to Trae Young in the corner. It's good.
Young's got a couple of three-pointers now in the fourth.
The 3 knocks it up to a 10-point lead with just under 3 minutes to go. We'll see a timeout here by Cleveland. Maybe we'll try to talk things over. See if they can inch this closer.
And get out in transition.
I think it's also important we have to acknowledge how
take a look at Brogdon going to the bench. There's Trae Young again.
Spectacular defense, getting a bunch of points off turnovers.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland.
Blazers appear to have found just enough of a stroke to be able to put this game away. Cleveland not doing a great job at responding. They've had a couple of shots where you feel like, okay, they get that turnover, they get the missed shot from Trae Young, you can cut it down to 5, then it's a turnover, a 3 the other way. Yeah.
He said if they're not stopping us, keep doing it. Keep going after it down low. They'll keep pounding it inside.
Felt like a desperation 3, and his prayer was answered.
What Paolo is he can go left or right, and the score off the bounce is just on point.
Crowder finds Young.
Young with just the most bizarre-looking shot.
Young's got 10 points here in the second.
You know, look at it here on replay. Now, perhaps it was the angle that did it, but it looked very odd. But hey, it works.
Outside, marking it.
My quarter might qualify as action-packed.
To the middle, stolen by Carter. With the ball.
Oh my goodness.
Young outside. Thompson outside.
Young along the baseline, some fancy footwork to stay in bounds. Ball makes it round to Randall, who has a pretty good look at a 3, but it doesn't go. Brogdon with the ball.
Back to Markkanen.
They'll throw inside. Finally, they get one of those inside passes to work. They've thrown a couple of interceptions, and that looked like it probably should have been another one.
From distance, we know how efficient he is, but boy, does that set up the passing game. Pretty.
Young against Brogdon. Randall with a screen for Young. Randall outside.
Oh my goodness.
Floats one.
They can't even. What is this game?
Almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to
keep him out of rhythm. Young, a screen on Banchero.
Cleveland, we see this. We see these kind of games. It feels like in the mascot tournament. It's actually a pretty common type of game where a team just can't get within a certain point differential. Like they just can't. They're down 7. They just can't get past that 7-point mark. They had multiple decent opportunities to try and cut this to a 1 or a 2 to 3 score deficit. What is happening? Don't fool you. Don't let this like potential fantastic finish fool you into thinking that we're going to get a good game here. Terrible foul time. I don't know why it arbitrarily is just like 45 seconds. It has to take more of the shot clock in. The most annoying thing is that they do the intentional foul, and then they bring it, they throw it in from out of bounds, and then they just don't do the intentional foul again. Either let the shot clock run or foul twice and put them on the line. What are you doing?
Good on the first, and that increases their lead to 6.
And not the guy you want to send to the line. Young's teammates love to see him at the stripe.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
Well, it's about the little details. Capitalize at the free throw line, add to your lead.
Young against Brogdon. He kicks it to Markkanen. It falls!
And then you double down with a slow offensive possession. What are you doing? Cleveland, you trying to get back into this game or no?
They're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul.
Yeah, you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
At the line for Portland, Trae Young. 2 shots.
Oh, man. Okay, just shoot the free throw, please.
So the first one drops.
I'm not irritated with you, game. It's not been a good game. Not been a good second game.
And so he drops them both. It's a 6-point ball game. Timeout called the Cavaliers.
Fact, it's a third
They're trailing by
bloody
6.
nose today. A third one. And they're all just like, they don't allow me to do anything. It's driving me nuts. So 17.7 here. I should not have to push the A button that many times. Shouldn't have to do it. It drives, it's infuriating.
Outside, Markkanen.
44-38 should do it with this one. And, oh my goodness. These teams are terrible.
And here's Brogdon from the arc.
Easy passes are the most difficult things in the world for these teams.
So it's Portland winning this one.
Oh my Lanta. 44-38 is your final, and that'll be the last time we watch either of these garbage piles. Everything in this game was difficult. Neither team got off to a good start. Neither team played particularly well. It was fairly back and forth, which I guess is a positive, but when both teams are trash, it's kind of hard to care, I guess.
No, I didn't. I just wanted to come out, help my team any way I could. So, rebounds or not, I did what I had to do to help the team win.
Oof.
You were a big part of it tonight, man. Thanks very much. Back to you.
All right, DA, thanks.
That's what they call like a series killer, you know? Trae Young, your New Balance player of the game.
And the rest of our terrific 2K
the one player that didn't totally suck.
This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching.
I expected a lot more from Malcolm Brogdon myself. He's a star player. And he just wasn't there today. Not in this game at all. And what a miserable game, huh? Miserable game. Let's simulate through the dates. And we will take a quick look at some scores here. Mavericks making a nice run. They were 0-7. I think they're 3 or 4-1 in their last 5 games or so. They get another victory. Nice win over the Wizards. Demolishing of the Hawks. We pointed that one out a little bit earlier. Celtics continue to struggle. The Sixers look good. We have the 2K basketball glitch. Timberwolves Suns, that was a pretty good game. Interesting that the second and third quarters were the same, just like flipped. And Lakers get a 1-point victory. Not a great game, but still pretty close. Big quarters. The Kings 17-7, the Lakers 12-5. The 14-10 first quarter helps push them over the edge. 42-41. Okay, so we will be back. I feel like I'm asking a lot of this game right now. We will be back on Friday, November 17th, with another installment of this game. Hopefully, with far fewer bloody noses. Boy, last time I could barely talk. This time I did have a face cam on for most of the second game because I'm bleeding profusely from my nose yet again. What will Friday bring? You'll just have to tune in to find out. Thank you so much for hanging out. Hopefully you enjoy the videos. We'll have a few more of these through the end of the month, through at least I believe it's the 29th will be a Wednesday. Could be a series finale. If you want this series in any way, shape, or form, give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Ring the bell. Make sure you're notified when the videos post. We could try something doing it kind of more like what ESPN does, where they just have 2 specific days. It could just do Wednesday, Friday. Cut it down a little bit. Maybe even do it something more akin to the regular random rosters, just once a week, batch of games from various dates throughout the season. Or if people aren't interested into it or whatever, we can just kind of softly push it away and not worry about it. No skin off my nose. I had fun. I have fun trying new stuff and taking things that I enjoy doing, like random rosters, and putting them in the context of a current season. It's been kind of my dream, and I appreciate that 2K allows you to watch the games. So, thanks so much for hanging out. Hopefully you enjoyed. We'll see you another day in a different video, or we'll catch you Friday for yet another installment of Random Roster, 6 p.m. Pacific time, right here on the channel. Tomorrow we'll be taking a look at MVP 06 baseball. Cougars take on Utah. Good sports and good night.